guys, my name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel, Worth the Read, where we talk about books that are worth your time reading. Today is a book outlet book haul. This is a book outlet book haul. Number 3 or 4. I'll check. I think this is number 3 for me this year. I got a bunch of books from Book Outlet. I love Book Outlet. The books are cheap and you can buy more. And if you're addicted to purchasing books like I am, the more you buy, the better you feel. So let's get right into it. So with this Book Outlet book haul, I purchased 11 books. I think I paid less than $55, $56 for these books. I'm trying to make sure this book haul is not 15 minutes, so I may not be going through every single book in detail, but I'm going to try to give you as much as I can. These first set of books I purchased are by an author that I'm grown to love and truly enjoy his writing and his style of writing, and that is Jason Reynolds. I have 3 of his books already. A Long Ride Down, An All-American Boy that she did with someone else. And I think I have another one somewhere around here. But these 4 books are all by him. Every time I see his books on Book Outlet, and if you enjoy Jason Reynolds, they have a lot of his books on Book Outlet. So I'm going to go through them real quick. I'm not going to give you any detail about these books, but they're all Jason Reynolds books. And the first one that I purchased, get the glare off of it, is When I Was the Greatest by Jason Reynolds. Second one is Ghost by Jason Reynolds. Third one is a Marvel book, a Marvel Spider-Man book by Jason Reynolds. And the last one I purchased on Book Outlet, this book haul, is As Brave As You. As Brave As You. I was about to say As Brave As You Are. But As Brave As You. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see, the spine of it is really light, so it's kind of messing with my lighting. But As Brave As You by Jason Reynolds. These are all books by him. I like his style of writing. I like the topics he's talking about. He writes about people who resemble him, Afro-Americans, young Afro-Americans. Most of his books are middle grade or YA. So because I work in a school and I'm in charge of middle school, I try to find books that I think they could relate to so I can suggest to them. And that's really the reason why I purchased his book, because they all are very relatable to the young children that I service in my school. And I just really enjoy his books. So I'm trying to collect Jason Reynolds books, and they're often on Book Outlet. So every time I see one, I purchase. The next novel I purchased with this Book Outlet book haul is The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. This is the author of Behind Closed Doors. I love the book Behind Closed Doors. It has mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I love that book. Behind Closed Doors is about domestic violence and basically how people present themselves outwardly to other people versus the reality at home. I love that book. I love the way it ended. I loved everything about that book. I want a sequel. If any possible way she finds out that I love her books, please give us a sequel to Behind Closed Doors. I would love to know what happens with the main character after everything happens with the main character. But because I enjoyed that book so much, I saw that she has another book, The Breakdown. This is about a young woman who is riding home at night, and it's a stormy night, and she passes a car on the side of the road in the woods. She's taking a shortcut home, and she doesn't stop to see if the car is anything wrong, if somebody's in the car, and then come to find out later that it was a woman found dead in the car, and she started to feel guilty about not stopping and tending to the woman. She's starting to think like maybe she could have prevented something or helped her in any way. So she's fighting with that guilt, and then she starts to forget things that she normally doesn't forget. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. Hers B.A. Paris style of writing is very I don't want to say gritty, but she's not afraid to be raw when it comes to certain topics. Like domestic violence is a topic that is sensitive to most people and can be a trigger, but it's a reality. And she writes like it's a reality and doesn't, tiptoe around topics. So I enjoy that from her. So hopefully I enjoy this book as much as I enjoy Behind Closed Doors. And that's about it. Next book for this book outlet book haul is a very popular booktube book in general. And that's Size by Neal Shusterman. Now, I have never read a Neal Shusterman book. Do not kill me. But this will be the first one that I read. This book has high reviews on Goodreads and is very popular on BookTube. Now, sometimes I question books' popularity on BookTube because people are sent books from publishers. Let's just keep it 100. And as much as you try to be objective when a publisher sends you a book, sometimes I feel like everybody couldn't possibly love this book. So some people aren't as truthful as I would think, but I'm gonna read the book. I'll let you know my honest opinion about it. I purchased this book myself off Book Outlet. This book is about the population of, I guess, the world. They've conquered everything to the point where people don't die. And Sives are given the task of killing selective people to control the population. And these two teenagers are apprenticing for a Sive. And that's all I'm going to say because I'm trying to keep this quick. But again, my first Neal Shusterman book. And hopefully it's good. They already had a sequel to this book. And that's about it. The next book I purchased is Bad Girls with Perfect Faces by Lynn Weingartner. This book is about a girl named Sasha whose best friend, who's a guy, ends up back with his ex-girlfriend, and her other friend don't like this girl. They really can't stand her, so they decide to lure her away from their best friend, Xavier, and it kind of blows up in their face. They create a online person. So basically they catfish their best friend's girlfriend to try to get them to break up. That's all I know. To me, it's interesting. It sounds interesting. This is clearly a YA novel. So it's not going to be as treacherous and diabolical as an adult version of this book would be. But it's probably good. Well, who knows? It could be horrible, but I doubt it. It was cheap. I like the title, and I purchased it. So that's that. Just because I'm trying to collect a few books, thrillers, and horror books to read during the month of October. And this book is a trilogy, and the first one is As Red as Blood by Sala Semica. The second book's name is As White as Snow, and the third book's name is As Black as Ebony. This book is a thriller. Now, they say this is a version like Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, but different. I'm all for thrillers. As I've told you before, I love thrillers. I think thrillers are one of the most entertaining type of books because there's always something going on and there's always something around the corner that you're trying to get to read. So I love that about thrillers. They really don't have a synopsis on this book, so I don't know. I just knew that it was in the thriller section. It was a trilogy, so it was more than one book. So I figured if you write more than one book, the first one has to be good because it has to be a need to write a second book. I guess authors just write books just to write them, but if it's not a popular book, why would you write another one? I don't know, but I purchased it for October, so you'll see this again during my October TBR, Halloween themed thrillers, horror, and all that stuff. So, As Red as Blood. Next book is by, it was a cover by, but I guess you could say a cover click because I clicked on it because I thought the cover was cute. And Then I read the synopsis and I was just like, okay, I think I will get it. And that is Children of Eden by Joey Garofalo. The author is a YouTube personality. Now, I know booktubers have written books, but I don't know many YouTube personalities that have written books. And this book is basically about a girl named Rowan, and she's born a second child in a world where population control is paramount and second children are killed immediately. Her family decides to hide her and keep her hidden, and she's hidden for years and years and years. But eventually, like everyone else, you want to break free. So she ends up escaping from her family's compound and has to survive in the world, hiding the fact that she's a second child. So I guess it's like an adventure. I don't want to say adventure. Adventure to me is a word that sounds like kiddish. We're going on an adventure. But it's her going out into the world to survive being an illegal person. So it sounds interesting to me. And if you look close, the cover is a girl and a boy. Oh no. I liked it. I think it's pretty. I love the colors. Those are my colors. So I'm gonna give it a try. It's not that big. It should be a quick read. I'll let you know how I feel about it. My last book that I am talking about in the book outlet book haul is Little Black Dress, Little White Lies by Laura Stanford. This is a sweet, romantic, I guess you could say, chick flick kind of book. I don't purchase many of them because I feel like there's no substance. I don't like airheaded, dim-witted girls as characters. I don't know if this character is like that, but I just don't like that. That's why I don't read chick flicks or romantic novels or things like that. They're not interesting to me. But I purchased this because it's about a girl named Harper who is from North Carolina, and she dreams of bigger things and has plans, and she lands a job as a dating blogger for a teen magazine, but she doesn't have any experience dating. I think that's interesting. She moved from North Carolina to New York. I did that when I graduated from college. I moved to New York. If you didn't know, I worked in the fashion industry for a while. How I ended up in education, story for another day. But I kind of had a, feeling like, oh, this reminds me of my past life, kind of moving from one town to another to pursue a dream in the big city of New York. So I decided to get it. It was on sale. I think I got it on clearance, like $4, I think $2 actually. So I purchased it. We'll see how it is. If I don't like it, I'm going to stick to me not reading these cheesy romantic books. And that's my house phone ringing. That was my third book outlet book haul of the year. I'm currently reading The Shack by the author right there. I don't know the name of the author. I don't have the book on me. I'm listening to it through an Audible. It was made into a movie. It's a religious book. I'm reading it because a friend of mine is reading it after he watched the movie. He wanted to read the book. And I told him if he finished it in a certain amount of time, I would read it to kind of get him to get along and read the book because he was procrastinating. So I'm currently reading The Shack, which is right here. And I'm currently reading Ruined by D.E. Eliot. I'm still reading that book. If you saw my last video, I was reading it then and I'm still reading it now. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching my videos. Comment, like, subscribe. If you're in Philly, say what's up. Have a great day. Hopefully the weather is beautiful and summer-like where you